Hi guys, Mickey on Chris 40k. This is going to be a video on the top 5 World Eaters units. Please subscribe if you enjoy this video because I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers before Basement 2 comes out, so I can stream it and, do stuff like that. And number 5 is the World Eaters Lord on Juggernaut. It's 10-inch movement, toughness 6, 2+ save, 7 wounds, leadership of 6 up and 2 OC. It's got a 4-up vulnerable save. The melee the ranged weapon is the plasma pistol. The standard variant is 12-inch range, 1 attack, hits on 2 ups, strength 7, minus 2 P, 1 damage. And the supercharged is 12-inch range, 1 attack, hits on 2 ups, strength 8, minus 3 P, 2 damage. And it's hazardous and pistol. Melee weapons. There's the exalted chain blade. 7 attacks, hits on 2 ups, strength 7, minus 1 AP, 2 damage. That's good. The Juggernaut's Bladed Horn is 4 attacks, hits on 3 ups, strength 6, minus 2 AP, 2 damage. It's extra attacks and lance. Those melee weapons are really good, as they should be for World Eaters. The abilities, there is aggressive advance. Though this mod is leading a unit, you can reroll any or all of the following rolls for that unit. Advance, charge, and blood surge rolls. That's amazing. I think that ability is excellent. Bloody Stampede. Each time this model's unit ends a charge move, select one enemy unit within engagement range of this model and roll 1d6. On a 2 or 3 it suffers 1 mortal wound, on a 4 or 5 it suffers D3 mortal wounds, and on a 6 up it suffers D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. That's great. It can lead 8-bound, exalted 8-bound, and corn berserkers. All of them great things for it to lead, especially with the aggressive advance ability. It's insane. It's way too good, I think. The abilities are great. It's great melee. It's fast. Probably exalted 8-bounder, in my opinion. 8-bounder, exalted 8-bounder are probably the best choice for it to lead. That's just my opinion, though. I don't play World Eaters. I don't play most of the armies. I do the list for it, just do my opinion. It's just great. 8-bound probably, 8-bound exalted 8-bound probably best things for it to lead, in my opinion. Just because they can catch up, sorry about that. Just because they can catch up with the fast how it can go almost the same amount of movement. And number 4 is the Corn Berserkers. They are 6-inch movement, toughness 4, 3 up save, 2 wounds, leadership of 6 up, and 2 OC. The ranged weapons are the bolt pistol, 12-inch range, 1 attack, hits on 3 ups, strength 4, no AP, 1 damage. Bolt pistols aren't the best. Plasma pistol, standard variant, 12-inch range, 1 attack, hits on 3 ups, strength 7, minus 2 AP, 1 damage. And its supercharge is 12-inch range, 1 attack, hits on 3 ups, strength 8, minus 3 AP, 2 damage. The melee weapons, there is the Berserker chain blade, 4 attacks, hits on 3 ups, strength 5, minus 1 AP, 1 damage. Then there's the Corny Eviscerator, 3 attacks, that's on 3 ups, strength 8, minus 2 AP, 2 damage. That's really good. The ability is Blood Surge. Each time an enemy unit is selected to shoot, after that unit is finished making its attacks, if any models for that unit were destroyed as a result of those attacks, this unit can make a Blood Surge roll. To do so, at roll 1d6, and this unit can be moved up to the number of inches the result, but this unit must finish that move as close as possible to the enemy unit, excluding aircraft. When doing so, these models can be moved within engagement range of this enemy unit. A unit cannot make a blood charge or move when it's battle shot. That makes sense, that's fine. They're great. They are 115 points for 5 and 230 for 10. Oh yeah, I forgot to say what the Lord of the Juggernaut's points for. That is 120 points. They're number 4 just because they're great. They're not very versatile unlike most units, but that's World Eaters for you. Their melee is good as it should be. Their abilities very helpful to get onto objectives, sacrificing like 1 Corn Berserker, fine. The Wargear abilities are the Wargear ability is You can give one a gun of corn. When you make a blessed corn roll, if you're in range on a jet mark, and you can re-roll that dice. That's really good. Yeah, just great in general. Very helpful. Number 3 is the World Eater's Masters of Execution. Master of Execution's 6-inch move, 6-inch move, toughness 4, 3 up save, 4 wins, leadership of 6 up, and 1 OC. The range weapon is the bolt pistol, 12-inch range, 1 attack, hits on 3 ups, strength 4, no AP, 1 damage. That's okay. Now the melee weapon, Axe of Dismemberment, 5 attacks, hits on 2 ups, strength 7, minus 2 AP, 2 damage, it's devastating wound and precision. That's brilliant. I think abilities, Trophy Taker. Both this model is in a unit. Models in the unit have the Fights First ability. Fights First is absolutely overpowered. In my opinion, it's one of the best abilities you can have the entire game. That's just me. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best abilities you can have in the game of all 40k. Yeah. Then there is Murderous Swing. Each time this model makes a melee attack that targets a character unit, you can reroll the hit roll and you can reroll the wound roll. That's very helpful. Unicorn Berserkers, and that is 80 points. It's Fights First on a World Eaters unit is absolutely insane. Fights First in general is insane, but like with a corn unit especially, absolutely busted. Like, you don't want to fight corn units in general, but like you don't want to fight one with Fights First. Fights is also just good in general. Rolling the hit and run rolls helpful, on a character, and you probably won't go for characters since it's about use against characters, and just precision. It's crazy. I think it's Fights First way too good in general. I think just Fights First is too good, seriously. Like, it's insane. It's really here just for the Fights First. But and characters also I thought it's number 2 is Angron. Angron has a 14-inch move, toughness 11, 2 up save, 16 wins, leadership of 5 up, and 6 OC. And he has a 4 up vulnerable save. His melee weapons there is Sam Nyrus and Spine Grinder. That is the strength variant. It's 8 attacks, hits on 2 ups. Strength 16, minus 4 AP, D6 plus 2 damage. Great, as it should be. It's Angron. And the sweet variant, 18 attacks, that's on 2 ups. Strength 8, minus 2 AP, 2 damage. It's still great. That's his weapons. His abilities are Reborn in Blood. Each time you make a blessing as a corn roll, if this model is destroyed, you can use a 666 from that roll to use this ability. If you do, this model is no longer destroyed and placed into reserve with its full wound remaining. That's great. Come on, 16 wins, just bring them back. Very hard to happen, probably. You need to be very lucky for that to happen. And then his other ability is Wrathful Presence at the start of your charge phase. Select one Wrathful Presence ability until the start of your next charge phase. This model has that ability. The Wrathful Presence abilities, there is a Glorious Bloodletting. The aura is a friendly World Eaters unit is within 6 inches of this model. Each time a charger was paid for that unit, add 1 to the roll. That's good. Infectious Rage aura. Friendly World Eaters unit that is below starting strength is within 6 inches of this model. Add 1 to the attack's characteristic of melee weapons equipped by that unit. For the purpose of this ability, if the unit has a starting strength of 1, it is considered be below what has lost 1 or 2 wins. That's great. Righteous Slaughter, that's an aura. Friendly World Eaters unit is within 6 inches of this model. Each time that model makes an attack, you can reroll the hit roll. That's right. He has Be Your Warlord. When he's got 61 wounds remaining, subtract 1 for the hit roll. Still hit on freeze. That's fine. He has 415 points. That's fine for Angron. I think Angron, he's crazy. Like, he's powerful as it should be. It's very uncommon to get the Reborn in Blood, but you never know, it could happen even a few times in a game. He's already quite hard to kill, but if you just kill him, he can just come back to him. Just don't focus on Angron if you're fighting him. That's what I would do. Just let him do what he's doing because he can come back. Yeah, that's Angron. He's number 2. Number 1 is the Exalted 8-bit. They are 9-inch movement, toughness 6, 3 up save, 3 wounds, leadership of 6 up, and 1 OC, and they have a 5 up invulnerable save. Their melee weapons, there is the 8-bound chain fist, 3 attacks, hits on 3 ups, strength 14, minus 3 AP, 2 damage. 8-bound eviscerator, 5 attacks, hits on 2 ups, strength 6, minus 2 AP, 2 damage. Heavy chain glaive, 8 attacks, hits on 2 ups, strength 8, minus 3 AP, 1 damage. Paired 8-bound chain fists, 5 attacks, hits on 2 ups, strength 14, minus 3 AP, 2 damage, and that's when, like, all of them are great. They're about the abilities, they have Funeral Pain, what makes them better than just normal 8-bound, because Funeral Pains are insane. I think personally Funeral Pains are crazy. And then their other ability is Overwhelming Wrath. It's an aura. Each time an enemy unit within 6 inches of this unit is selected to fall back, that unit must take a leadership test. If that test is failed, that unit must remain stationary this phase instead. Remaining stationary can be very helpful for you, depending on the unit. It can be very helpful if you're against like ones that are just not good. It's very niche, but it can work very well possibly. They are 180 for free and they're 360 for 6. They're number 1 just because I think they're excellent melee. They've got that Funeral Pain's crazy. Their ability could be surprisingly helpful, in my opinion, in very specific situations. The normal 8-bound probably have like a better ability, but and they are also Scout 6, but I just think the Exalted 8-bound are better because like the Funeral Pain and their ability just is a bit more niche, but I personally think it's just a bit better because like the basic 8-bound ability is also kind of niche. They're better in melee too than basic 8-bound, as you know. Yeah, and with some of the Blessings of Corn stuff, they can be crazy, possibly. Yeah, so that's the list. Exalted 8-bound number 1. If you agree with this, if you disagree with this, say in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Because I'm going to try stream Space Marine 2 when it comes out. I need 50 subscribers to do that. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. See you in the next video. You guys should have expected I would do Emperor's Children, Emperor's Children Sweep. I'm waiting on the Emperor's Children release. Games Workshop, bring it out. Please, I need it.